Okay, now you're just muting on purpose. Like we haven't even really gotten started yet, and you're already muting Isaiah. It's like, I mean, I appreciate the reference to old times, but it's like if you were really doing it big, it's like you block him out completely. Anyway, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Geeks Around. This is our, of course, second episode discussion for Game of Thrones this season. Dragonstone. This is a really good episode. I did like last week's episode better, but that's probably just because of the general excitement of Game of Thrones being back. Let's go ahead and introduce the rest of the panel. You already know who I am. Let's get to my co-host, Matt Moore, editor-in-chief of Geeks Around. What's up? How you doing? How'd you enjoy this episode?
I actually enjoyed it a lot. As editor-in-chief, I do feel the need to correct you. This one was Stormborn. First episode was Dragon.
You're right. You're right.
Editor-in-chief right there.
Yep. Editing like a motherfucking boss. Let's just go down the list. Charles, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty fantastic. I watched the episode earlier today. I loved it, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Awesome. We're going to skip over our class clown and go to Lou. Lou, how you doing, man? What'd you think of this one?
How you doing, guys? The episode was great. No. Some nice tits and ass going on.
Yeah, you were looking at Grey Worm's ass. Don't even lie to me.
We know it.
Oh, please.
You're hoping to see a front view. We know.
That was all Isaiah
you totally
right
wanted that front view. Todd, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Oh, it's good to be back. It's just good to be back. It's nice to see all of you. I'm sorry I missed last week's grand reunion.
Hell yeah. It's like, I mean, I feel like this is the first time that, all of us have really gotten a chance to hang in quite some time. Mostly been my fault, and I apologize for that, because I know that you guys have been doing your own thing, and I haven't been able to be a part of that. I hope to correct that soon. Life gets in the way. And last and most certainly least, Isaiah, how you doing?
Isaiah,
mute yourself.
Unmute yourself, you dumbass.
I'm on my phone, thank you. I'm on my phone, okay? So anyway.
Okay, yeah, you're on your phone, so all the buttons are right fucking there.
Anyways, folks, I love this episode like crazy. It was a better episode than the first one. There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, it was good, but that's kind of a bold claim.
Yeah, it is. It's like, I mean, I like again, it's like I liked last week's episode a lot better, but a lot of really interesting things happened in this one, and I'm not taking anything away from that, because I did overall really enjoy this particular episode. I mean, because so far it's like, I mean, you have a setup now of Daenerys and Jon Snow finally meeting, which just makes me downright fucking giddy.
I know.
I can't. Speaking of that, I can't wait till Wild Speculation because I got one.
Yeah, make sure you remember it. Make sure you remember it.
But yeah, I mean, in this episode, we ended up. Damn, I want to talk about the last thing, and we shouldn't talk about the last thing before we talk about.
No, go for it. Go for it. It's like, I'm not worried about order. Let's just get to it.
I was gonna say, fucking Yara got her ass kidnapped. Freaking. Mama Dorne ended up being kidnapped. 2 of the Sand Snakes are dead, possibly 3 of them.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm okay with that, because they didn't develop those characters at all, and they were pretty fucking useless for the story. Maybe they were cool characters. We didn't fucking know, because they weren't developed at all.
Exactly. Not in the slightest.
Yeah. So them being killed, it's like, eh. Like, I would...
Yeah, that's kind of the way I felt about it. It didn't matter.
Yeah, I cared more when Rickon's direwolf head was thrown onto the field at Battle of the Bastards. That's a fucking dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got to spend more time with him. It's like, I knew how important he was. It's like, I mean, the Sand Snakes is like, I mean, we saw one of their tits once, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was really the big surprise for me. That was mostly because of the fact that I had watched one copy of the video. I didn't want to wait for it, so I actually have HBO Go. I watched the downloaded copy of it, and it ended with Arya, and I'm all like, wait a second, that was like 5 minutes shy of what it should be. So I checked on HBO Go because it came up as I was watching it pirated. And I realized, yeah, they missed an entire fucking scene. So I watched all of that, and it's just like, damn, that was actually pretty cool. It was also very cool to see Arya figure out that her brother was in charge at Winterfell. That was also very cool.
Yeah, so it's like now it's like, but the thing is like it's forward to that particular reunion I'm looking forward to. Is like I feel like they're gonna miss each other because you have John already riding down for Dragonstone to meet up with Dany, and at this point Arya's just heading up. It's like, I mean, it'll be cool to see the sisters reunite.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, but I think it's only one more episode. Things are going so fast in the show right now. Like, literally weeks are taking place between scenes, practically, and definitely episodes. So I think that John is going to be at Dragonstone next week, and then he's going to be back at Winterfell the week after that. I'm pretty sure of it.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I like the fact that this season, they're as much as I love me some Game of Thrones, I do appreciate the fact that there are fewer episodes because the pacing has got to be tight. And so far, it's definitely being that. So much happens during an episode. It's like, let's get the story moving. Let's get the story moving.
Yeah.
I like the pacing tight, but I'd rather more episodes. I'm sorry. I want them. I'm an American. I want more.
Yeah, supersize me, bitch.
So we also got to see the current hand of the queen, the other hand of the queen. Shows the ballista. I love the idea of, hey, so you know how we're gonna kill the dragons? You know those things all your watch has? Yeah, we're just gonna make one that's bigger.
And stronger.
And stronger.
Super!
And we are not in any way whatsoever ripping off Lord of the Rings. We promise.
Never.
Oh, you need some hoodies.
Wouldn't dream of it.
By the way, we've got this guy. His name's Bard. He's going to be in charge of it. Don't ask.
But it's like I do like it's like dipping back like into the early bit of the episode, how Daenerys kind of confronted Varys over his various interactions and loyalties, you know, pretty much since even before Game of Thrones the show actually started, because I did feel like that's something that had to be confronted, and I like how Tyrion just like kind of tried to block her, and Daenerys wasn't having any of it. It's the first time I've seen where Daenerys has flatly ignored Tyrion.
Yeah,
and that was cool. That was so. It was just an epic scene. I just love seeing it, and pretty much she was playing the game very well. So she pretty much knows that she can't trust him at all because he has his own agenda, which I love that character still.
Well, I wouldn't say that she can't trust him, but she made her position known as like, and I feel that Varys argued his point very well, and Daenerys went with it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so far, but you fuck with me, you gonna die.
Yeah.
It's just like, go ahead, Whedon.
I was just gonna say, when she was confronting Varys about that, I mean, I absolutely loved Varys' response, saying that yes, I liked what he said, where she questioned his loyalty, and he said, "You want to know who I'm loyal to? I'm loyal to the people because I was with them, I was among them for years, so I'm loyal to them." And he said, and he's just straight up said that he was not loyal to any one king or queen unless they have earned that loyalty. When like if they're a competent leader. And I think the way that he said that, I think Daenerys might have gained a little bit of respect for him for saying that.
Right.
And I loved.
That's why he's still alive.
Well, he's not dead.
And I loved how Daenerys said, like, look, I love how she said that if Varys thought that she was not doing the people well, that she expected him to call her out on it. And I really liked that she said that.
Yeah, likewise.
That's something that you saying that actually makes me realize something. With one exception, everyone who started low, we started at the bottom, now we're here. All of them
Wow.
ended up are following Daenerys now, or at least like if they're not, they're on their way to. And with one exception, and that's fucking Peter Baelish. Littlefinger was not a lord growing up. He became
right. Oh, and
I can't
really
wait for wild speculations. Wait, before Isaiah derails us somewhere, can I just ask real quick on the Varys confrontation? I really wanted to ask you guys. I believe he showed his cards. When he said that, I'm for the people, I had that little bit of a chill, like, oh shit, we finally know his game. We've seen in his bag, and his bag is good. But do you guys think it was legit, or he was playing?
No,
I think it was legit.
Yeah.
But he's always got other cards to play.
That's just it.
Believe he was being
not only is it legit,
Definitely.
but it's not only is it legit, but it's something that they've been showing for the past couple seasons that this is what he's about. I mean, him with his little bird and all of that other fun stuff. Like, the reason he was able to get the little birds is because he actually like fed them and gave them treat and like had a rapport with them. Like, I don't know. I think that's how he ended up with his spy network, is because of the fact that he knew them and he knew what they wanted and he knew how to fulfill that. And dude, the other hand, the evil hand of the queen, whose name I'm forgetting.
Let's just call him Frankenstein, because he turned the mountain into a zombie.
I'm good with that. Let's go with that.
That's true. Yeah, Frankenstein. Yeah.
Basically, yeah, I think he's just mimicking what he saw Varys doing.
He's not Varys though. He's not.
His name is not Varys. It's just Varys.
Who cares? He's nothing like him. Okay.
Just call him the spider that he is.
Yeah.
Well, that's just it. It's Varys is the spider. That's literally his nickname.
Will wants you to calm down, Whedon. You're too excited.
Right. But really quick.
Damn it, Will.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
No, I just said, "God damn it, Will." That's all I said.
Oh, okay, Matt, go for it.
Going back to the ballista, because there was something I wanted to speak about on that. Is not only is it just a giant crossbow, which is much harder to hit a flying object than you would think. It also they practiced on dry bone, not covered in dragon scale. Dry bone is much easier to pierce than not dry bone, an actual living bone.
What I thought about that whole particular scene was when he mentioned the fact, the dragon was hit by spears. It was still a baby, kind of.
Yeah.
In teenage years, if we will look at it when he got hit. And granted, he got hit when he landed and was literally protecting her and kind of the group.
Yeah.
So he could be mounted like a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Because dragons are smart.
Sitting there and taking the hits on purpose.
And then, like you said,
they're smart dragons.
They're going to build, let's say, 5-6 more of those freaking big ass bow and arrows. They don't have a Luke Evans to shoot them. And then even Luke Evans had to create a super big bow and arrow to hit small, and it took him like 3 attempts.
All right.
You ain't wrong.
I'm missing the reference. Who's Luke Evans?
Luke Evans, you called him by his character name in The Desolation of Smaug.
Yeah, Bard.
Oh my goodness. Lou brought that up. It's like, wow, Lou, really? You brought that up?
I did not know him.
Hey, Lord of the Rings did it best.
I've never seen that movie.
True, I agree with that.
I have never seen the third Hobbit movie because, fuck the Hobbit movies.
Totally fair.
But
totally fair.
Hobbits, man.
But I have read the books many times.
Dude, if you want to watch the Hobbit movies, watch the extended versions. They're actually better.
I've actually not seen the third either myself, just because I haven't. I really liked the first two, but haven't got there.
Wow. Matt, you got to admire her. Will keeps getting lost in your eyes.
Okay.
But
Moving on.
on.
The camera.
I got one thing to say.
I gotta admit that I literally kind of started cheering when Jon Snow confronted Littlefinger over his feelings toward his sister.
Actually, you know what? In reference to that, it's not the first callback, it's not the only callback in this episode to much earlier episode scenes, because in that particular case, he's got Littlefinger against the wall, just like his father did in season 1.
I thought that too.
Oh.
And so that was a callback. And then we also had the other callback with Arya talking to Nymeria, where she tells Nymeria, "That's not you." That's, of course, a callback to her from season 1 when I think it was her father was trying to get her to wear dresses, and she's all like, "That's not me."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
it was a full callback.
What's that?
I actually thought that scene, the one before, not the wolf scene. What's the one you were just talking about? I lost it, but you tell me.
Where Littlefinger is being held up against the wall.
Yeah. I was disappointed with that choke out because you saw it in the season trailer, right? And it was like, oh man, something's going to happen. And it turned out it was just some North trash drama.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that joke, man. When I saw that scene, I was like, ooh, I'm going to say that on Geeks of the Round.
Wow. You waited that long?
I waited.
You waited patiently for that shit, my brother.
I was gonna say there was definitely some testosterone flowing there, all from John. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like he just wasn't playing that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, it also was
really
like,
cool,
speaking
though.
of that scene in general, it's like, going back on it a bit, when he's convincing the other lords and whatnot, it's like, hey, look, this whole Mary thing, this is fucking happening, and here's why. It's like, it kind of goes, because John's shown like very, very strong leadership abilities for pretty much the entire show, and at this point, is like with last week and this week as well, they are truly being tested significantly.
Right.
But it's like, what do you guys think? It's like, is he making the right calls here? Because the other lords and even his sisters, I'll make really good points. So where do y'all stand on this?
Well, he has to. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say he has to see Daenerys. That has to happen.
Right.
So that call, I understand. There's got to be something else that they can do, though. He could be like, you know what? I'm in a war. You're in a war. We're a little busy right now. I don't know. Maybe I think he should have sent a messenger. But
No.
we know that
He clearly stated it himself that she's a queen. Sending a messenger wasn't going to be expected. He needed to go down and ask in
it's not even a matter of
person
expected.
to find her dragon glass and also ask, hey, we both have a common enemy with Cersei, but at the same time, we have this common enemy that we need to take care of first
now
if we want to destroy Cersei.
Right.
You know,
and that's why I feel like it was important him going himself, because like the reason that he needs her help in the first place isn't really for anything having to do with the Seven Kingdoms. He's like, at this point, that war is not his focus. It is not his major concern. It's like, and he even said it during that thing. It's like, he is the only one in that room that's seen the army of the dead. Fuck all this Seven Kingdom shit. We are all about to fucking die. You niggas don't understand. We are about to die. We got motherfucking Seven Kingdoms. There will be 0 kingdoms because we will all be fucking dead.
Right.
That is his focus. And that is why he has to be the one to go down and talk to Daenerys, because how can anyone else convince her of what needs to be done from someone else that hasn't seen what he's seen?
Right. And
he has Sansa. He has the entire Night's Watch, which will listen to any fucking thing he says. Get someone from the Night's Watch, go with Sansa, go down there. Between the two of them, they can get it done. The reason I'm saying that is because of the fact that since he's gotten power, I should say since he's left the Night's Watch, he's made mistake after mistake after mistake. That's how I see it. Because 1, he left the fucking Night's Watch. 2, he fucking fought the Battle of the Bastards, and if it weren't for Sansa, he would have died a lot.
True.
All those motherfuckers would have been dead. And if all of those motherfuckers were dead, no one would have been there to fight for the North. Or to fight the White Walkers.
Yeah.
Literally,
then the White Walkers will conquer.
If he died on that field, that would be the end of Westeros.
End of mankind.
Yeah, that's
and then the fruition comes true. The Night's King would be sitting on the throne.
It's scary.
Like, it's like playing baseball in the room with the nuclear keys. Like, you don't know if you're going to hit it into the nuclear keys, but don't fucking play in that room. And that's what he was doing, basically. He was.
Well, he has no choice, though.
He didn't fuck around because he could have killed everyone. And
he has no choice, really.
No, I completely agree with Matt. It's like going into the Battle of the Bastards the way he did was a critical mistake. Yeah, if it wasn't for Sansa and Littlefinger, he would be fucking dead.
Yeah.
Everyone would be fucking dead.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And because he was dead, everyone else would be dead as well. There's absolutely no questioning that. I agree with that statement 100%.
Yeah, but they set that up like the Two Towers.
Right.
They went into battle. Instead of a Gandalf, they had a Sansa. And Sansa rode in with the army.
No, that's just it. It wasn't Sansa. It wasn't Gandalf that saved it in Two Towers. It was fucking Aragorn. Oh, wait. Sorry, not in the movie. In the books, it was Aragorn who saved everyone's asses because he brought the army of the dead.
That's Return of the King.
That's in the Return of the King. We're talking about the Two Towers.
Okay.
Yeah, what you talking about?
But yeah, I mean, he's fucking with people's lives here. Where Daenerys is trying to protect the people, that's not what he's doing. He's taking chances.
What else can he really do? He needs Valerium.
He's taking risks, but he has to take risks at this particular point.
No, he doesn't, Isaiah. What he needs is
they need the dragon glass. They absolutely fucking need it. It's like they can't fight this war without it.
Right.
And it's like, I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's like they can get. It's like, I mean, well, okay, you're talking someone from Castle Black. Fucking who? Who could be more convincing talking to a motherfucking queen than the King in the North?
Who's seen the dead?
Tell me. Who? No, it's like it doesn't matter who's seen the dead. The majority of the Night's Watch has. I'm willing to play that because most of them know the stakes.
But who could be more convincing? Dude who's in charge now?
And why would Daenerys listen to the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch?
He's
as opposed to the King of the North.
Sansa that she's listening to.
But she wouldn't listen to Sansa. Why the fuck
would you listen to Sansa?
That's the point.
Why would you listen to
Sansa? She disagrees with John over all this shit.
She's just a sister with no title. And she hasn't seen it.
It's not only that, but she disagrees with John over most of this shit. So it's like she wouldn't be very convincing. It's like what she's gonna go down there and argue John's point when she doesn't really agree with John?
And plus,
she would be at the very least a princess.
Plus,
in Daenerys' eyes?
In Daenerys' eyes, she's no one. She's just a person who represents the Stark because she's a Stark. That would be it.
You know who would make a good princess?
Right.
Lou.
Plus Jon Snow has a lot of rapport with some of the characters who are in Daenerys' circle. Like again, Tyrion and that fire bitch who is also there.
Melisandre.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that's
too, which is going to be interesting too.
Yeah, now that's the interesting thing because Melisandre knows the stakes as well.
Yeah.
She knows the stakes, but I mean, who is she going to get to look into the fire? Will the fire work for her? That will be the question.
Get the hound.
She don't have a hound.
No, but she does have a fucking dragon queen. If anyone be able to see something in the fucking fire, it's someone who is fire.
I see what you did there.
All right, let's go ahead and kick into wild speculation time. Matt, I know you had something.
Damn, already? We didn't even talk about Euron and them.
Ooh.
Yeah, we
We're
started it
talking
with
about
that.
that. We
Oh shit!
started talking about that. What are you talking about? Conversation talking about that. Where the fuck
Matt
you
was
been?
by himself.
What,
We all just listened.
Well, if you got something to say about it, say it.
Should have said something.
Yeah.
See,
I was like, well, what's there to say? He came in, whooped some ass, and took him a second. Then
Which was back. And Reek left. Reek left like a bitch.
Did he leave like a bitch, or did he just get stunned with PSTD, whatever the hell that shit's called?
Yeah, he
PTSD.
hella had PTSD,
PTSD.
and like he bounced the fuck out. You can see it from the look on his face.
Mm-hmm. And then the question will be: we know he's in water, just floating like a bitch on a log. Will John be the one to pick him up?
No, I don't see that happening.
It's going to happen because he's going to meet with John.
Well, that'll be interesting.
The question is, will it be on the water or will it be on land? John's going to want to kill him, but he spares him, I believe, for saving Sansa's life.
Interesting.
There's a lot of things interesting.
So I totally forgot.
Now speculating. Let's get into wild speculation.
What were we talking about when I mentioned wild speculation?
Dude, I fucking knew it, dude. I told you when you said you had something to fucking remember it until the end, and you fucking forgot you had.
I pulled the Charles.
Hey, at least it isn't me this time.
That's true.
What's your speculation, Charles?
Charles, you will say that you have a wild speculation and then forget about it 30 seconds afterwards. Okay, someone else is going to speak real quick, and I'll talk for 20 seconds.
Baelish is going to fucking stab everyone in the fucking back and probably go back to Cersei.
We didn't even talk about Jorah.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, that's actually a good point. I didn't speak.
Dude, but they did another thing like they did last week. While Sam is poking his ass, you see the fucking pot pie explode.
Yeah, that was nasty, but
that
the pie was delicious looking.
Yeah.
That was true. He was
I know
delicious
that.
looking.
I went right from repulsed to hungry.
I know that bugged a lot of people because they saw the pot pie and they were still visualizing the pus from the body. But I fucking love pot pie, so I saw that and I knew exactly that they had transitioned. Yeah.
Same. I love me some pot pie. The that transition, that pot pie looked delicious as fuck, and I started getting hungry.
Like, man, I want some dragon skin pot pie now. Like,
But it's like, hey, I give huge props to Samuel for trying this treatment anyway to save Ser Jorah. I honestly hope it works. We'll kind of we'll see how that plays out because I've always liked Ser Jorah's character ever since season 1. Awesome, let's do it.
Sam writes a book called A Game of Thrones.
boo.
Well, hopefully he finishes it quicker than George R. Martin does. For fuck's sake.
Everyone's faster than him.
I was going to say, because, I mean, that's what they did in Lord of the Rings. They basically wrote Lord of the Rings and then had the people in Lord of the Rings write Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was supposedly written mostly by Samuel.
It's like if anybody's going to chronicle this shit, it's like he'd be a good person to do it. So that'd be kind of cool.
Was it him? I thought Frodo started it.
Frodo started it. He wrote part of it. Bilbo wrote part of it. Sam finished it.
Huh.
So, hey, at least three people got the fucking story done, unlike the one man writing this one, taking him fucking 17 years to finish this final book.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings was written over a 60 to 70-year period of time.
They might actually have George R. Martin beaten by 3 years. Charles, you said you had something to go with it.
No, I don't have.
I actually got something going right off of this, actually, which is what I was trying to say. Yeah, involving this and our last thing about transitions, Sam and transitions. When Sam's dad was talking to Jamie, and Jamie said to him, you know, what did he say? You're going to be Ward of the South or something? What was the title he was going to get? Basically, King of the South type.
Pretty much rule over the Reach.
Yeah.
Right. So he said that. He said, I could think of no better man for the job. And it transitioned to Sam directly from, right as he said that, it transitioned to Sam. And that's my wild speculation that however it ends, because Sam got the sword last season from his dad, took his dad's sword, the one that slayed those, whatever people. He's going to be the ward of the South or whatever. Sam. That's my wild speculation.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Oh, and Littlefinger will sit in the goddamn throne. I still stick by that.
Littlefinger doesn't make it out of this season.
That's a bold speculation right there.
That is.
Littlefinger will die by the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Lou on that one. I'm not expecting.
I don't like when Lou says stuff like that because he read the whole season spoiler. The jerk. He's probably really giving it to us right now without us knowing it.
Last episode, I said that Arya was going to go to Winterfell before she went south, and you guys said no. And Lou was adamant with the no, and apparently I was right. And he reads the spoiler.
Well, good.
She's not going south.
It's like I am literally enjoying the fact that for once in Game of Thrones this season and last season,
she's going home.
I actually don't know what's happening. Because I haven't had that experience until last season because, of course, reading all the books. So I am ignoring all spoilers because this whole not knowing what's coming thing is a brand new thing for me as far as it comes to Game of Thrones, and I'm loving it.
Yes. Lou, I said that she was going to go to Winterfell last week. You said no.
I don't recall saying no, but if you said I did, all right.
If only we had these things recorded and could verify this shit. That'd be so cool. Man, we should have thought of that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyone else have anything?
No, I
got one.
Oh,
let's hear this one, Isaiah.
All right, fucking Isaiah. Here we go. Here the fuck we go.
Wow.
This is one part of
wow. Okay. So see, he's pretty much last drafted.
Oops, I'm sorry. Habit. I needed Isaiah. That's habit.
So
Go ahead and mute yourself. I'm sorry. In that case, let's go with Matt right quick. Izzy will get you back. I'm truly sorry, Isaiah. I'm muting you. Just habit.
Jon Snow is going to be fucking burned while at Dragonstone, except he won't actually be burned.
Oh, that would be so badass. Oh, and it would prove he's a Targaryen.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be fucking epic. That'd be legendary. That would be legendary.
Yeah.
I hope that happens.
Knock down one of those fire braziers or whatever they're called, the things like Daenerys knocked down in that hut last season. Like one of those ends up falling down and he's all like, oh, I must have been lucky. And Daenerys is like, yeah, that ain't luck.
So and then instead of his hair staying black, it becomes like silver, like white, like his daddy.
Oh, like the Mad King.
The dye comes off.
That would be fucking funny if he ends up coming under stress or something, and all of a sudden his hair just starts turning white.
Well, he's under stress because he's trying to protect the North from the White Walkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
all
funny.
Right, Isaiah, for real this time, I swear to God, I'm not going to beat you. So, like, seriously, man, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm just so used to doing it.
No.
Come on, Isaiah, spit it out already.
Be quiet, Luke.
I made no such promise.
I didn't do shit. I didn't do shit. I wasn't even touching the mouse. Man. I didn't do shit.
Okay, since the ways of Cersei's ruined her kingdom, we all know she's not gonna last that long. But who's gonna kill her is pretty much gonna be Jaime itself. Remember, you see all these hints about him being the King Slayer, this and that, and he's trying to avoid that path or that fate. You know he has to do his job again.
It has to be Jaime or Tyrion. There's only two people it could be, and that's either Jaime or Tyrion, and only Jaime if she was born first.
Yeah.
Because
was born first.
She's got that whole fucking prophecy to fulfill.
Isaiah, answer yourself this question. Tyrion killed his mother during childbirth. Cersei and Jaime were already alive. So Tyrion was not born first.
No, I'm talking about Jamie and Cersei's.
Jaime's first, then comes the sister, then comes Tyrion. Any question?
Jaime was born first. Do we know this for sure?
Time for a
I
Google
actually
search.
don't recall. Yeah.
Time for a Google search.
Yes, we do that.
Because
we
they're
don't know.
twins. I mean, it would have been minutes apart.
They're twins?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yes.
How
I
the
didn't know
fuck
they
did
were
you not know that?
Wait,
Lou.
they're twins?
Because
Yes,
Ew,
they're
they-
fucking twins.
Oh god,
Jesus.
that's
I
worse.
didn't pay
Oh,
attention to that part.
man. I'm so embarrassed
Oh.
right now.
Okay,
Oh, God,
I
that's
confirmed
worse.
it. I confirmed it. I confirmed it.
Charles, what you got?
Jaime was born shortly after Cersei. Cersei is the oldest.
Which means either
By
Jaime or
minutes.
Tyrion can
By
kill her
minutes.
to fulfill the prophecy. The prophecy just says younger brother. Doesn't say which one. Or maybe it said smaller brother. One of the two.
Huh.
I don't know, but all I know
Ew.
is that all I know is that on the wiki for Game of Thrones, they're saying that Jaime was born a few minutes after Cersei.
Okay.
Well, Matt, remember, Melisandre says prophecies
Okay.
don't always come to fruition.
No, she said
But
that
they-
shit because of the fact that she didn't want to tell Daenerys that she wasn't the princess that was promised straight to her face.
Right.
She said that to keep her fucking head on her shoulders.
Right.
No,
She
she
said
said that
prophecies are a dangerous thing.
prophecies that she saw for her previous king all backfired.
Well, I
Well,
think
that's
that's what she
Stannis.
meant
Stannis
more
is
because
stupid.
she said that they are a dangerous thing, prophecies. She didn't say that they don't always come to fruition. And when she said that, I thought she meant what happened to Stannis, meaning that prophecies can be fickle. And,
Right,
and
it can be.
you may be the
No.
prince or princess who does whatever, but you're going to get, you're going to die. Some shit like that.
That's just it. I think she was hedging her bet specifically to stay alive. I think she is convinced that Jon Snow is the prince that was promised. Because I think she's convinced of it because of the fact that she was able to bring his ass back from the dead.
Yeah, which was fucking
No,
cool.
I didn't even think
That's
about all
kind of
that.
a hit and a half for you, especially if you believe as she believes.
Yeah.
So absolutely,
Right.
it's like I do believe that she believes that Jon Snow is that prince.
Right.
Because
It's
why
like,
else?
I think she was serious. Like she said pretty much that that Daenerys would be a part of it. So
Yeah.
I don't know if like Daenerys really caught that. It's like she never like specified that you are the one. It's like you are a part of this process.
I cannot wait for this coming episode. I just can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. It is going to be absolutely fantastic. Next week's Game of Thrones and Geeks Around be with you every single step of the way right here on youtube.com/Geeks Around. If you have anything for us, you can always shoot us an email at geeksaround@gmail.com. Or if you'd like to leave us a message, you can hit us up at 801-609-GOTR. Again, that is 801-609-4687. Until next week, we are ghosts.